Hello everybody, it is Tom, and we are gonna speed through this intro because guess what? We finally have Season 3 full trailer for Heartstopper, and I want us to watch it, and I want us to talk about it, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Alright, so before we get started, if you like Heartstopper videos, I have a lot of them. Go check them out. If you like queer young adult books, I have some of those as well. Go check them out. Done? Done. Okay. All right, let's watch.
Hi, Charlie.
Starting sixth form, thinking about uni options, and it's all just...
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm really worried about you.
When you put your hand there, all my dysphoria just hit me.
Our friendship group is just all over the place.
I worry about you all the time.
I don't know what to do now. I really love him.
Sometimes people need more support than one person can give. Can be there for him, standing together. That's love, darling.
We just want to be there for you. You have to let us.
Intimacy is trusting someone enough to let go of some control.
It's a good thing we're in sex ed. Maybe you'll get some good advice. Or maybe not. I want to tell Nick that I love him. Nick?
Yeah?
What can I do for you?
Mick, no. Yeah, he's really hot.
Oh my god.
All right, so now let's go back and watch it little by little and break it down. So we start off with Charlie on the beach listening to this song, which, by the way, I just looked up, and the song's name is Vertigo by an artist called Griff. And yeah, the lyrics definitely fit very well, and I love the sound of the song. I love all the Heartstopper music, so that's not really surprising. Okay, so we have Charlie kind of back from his friends, kind of separated from them, looking on, like looking at them having fun from afar. But we have Elle, Darcy, Tara, Isaac, Sahar, Imogen, and Tao making sandcastles at the beach. And then we see Nick. I love Nick's like swimming trunks. Like I really like those. I would wear them. Okay, and then we have blurry Nick coming up from behind. Pokes Charlie in the cheek, which is a very, very comics Nick thing to do. He's constantly like poking Charlie's face.
Hi, Charlie.
And then Nick saying, "Hi, Charlie," in a very soft voice. Like, I'm not even sure if he's saying that in that exact moment or not, or if they just like just did a voiceover there, but perfect, beautiful, no notes, love it.
16 is when nothing makes sense anymore.
Yeah, so we have Tao and Elle cuddling in bed, and Isaac kind of squished in next to them, looking rather uncomfortable. And the voiceover says 16 is when nothing makes sense anymore, which, yeah.
Starting sixth form.
Okay, so we have the gang drinking some drink. I'm really glad to see that Imogen and Sahar are just fully part of the group in this trailer.
Thinking about uni options.
So it does seem to be that the university tour trip that Nick, Tara, and Elle go on, Imogen is coming along too. I love that. I will be very, very interested to see what Imogen brings to that whole thing. I really like her outfit. She looks very cute. They all look great, of course.
Just...
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have Tara and Nick, and I won't say that because that would be a spoiler, but we know something about Tara based on the podcast, which makes sense with what's happening here, but I won't say any more than that. So then this is when, we break out the food, and Charlie clearly having trouble eating. Nick notices, looks worried.
I'm really worried about you. I've noticed you've been really stressed.
Yeah, so we have Nick talking to Charlie about it in his bedroom, just saying, I'm really worried about you and stuff. Yeah, so it seems like stress is going to be a common theme throughout the friend group for this season, which makes sense with like them moving up in school and having like big decisions that they need to make and stuff like that. Then we have Tao and Elle making out, and then
When you put your hand there, all my dysphoria just hit me.
so I really like throughout the whole series that Elle is not defined by the fact that she is trans. But I also really like that in this season we're going to be exploring dysphoria and, you know, trying to be with a partner while dealing with that. So I think that could be very interesting. And I trust them to do it well.
Oh, it's such a shame.
So here's the slow-mo zoom in on sad people montage. So we have Isaac looking sad in his bedroom, Charlie looking sad in his bedroom, Tara and Darcy holding hands in, I assume, Tara's bedroom, because there's no way they're doing that in Darcy's bedroom. And again, that's a spoiler from the podcast, so I won't say that.
Our friendship group is just all over the place.
All right, so we have Isaac saying our friendship group is just all over the place. And then we have Sahar and Imogen. Oh, so Sahar looking at Imogen and Imogen looking just devastated. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, Tori hugging Charlie.
I worry about you all the time.
We worry about him all the time too, Tori. Is Tori holding Henry?
I hate feeling like this. I don't know what to do now.
So we've now entered into the realm of emotional devastation. I love that we're seeing Nick in Charlie's safe space of the art room. So like every time we have seen Charlie sit in this space before, except for the very first time when Mr. Ajayi is there, but every other time it's always been him alone, depressed. Like this is where he goes when he's withdrawing. This is where he goes when he's feeling bad and, you know, separating himself from the world. So the fact that Nick is there, maybe Charlie went there and Nick found him, but whatever happened, Nick is there with him, trying to help him, and just, you know, obviously realizing that he cannot do it alone. He does not have the power to help Charlie.
I really love him.
I both cannot wait for this scene and am very sure I will be crying during this scene.
Sometimes people need more support than one person can give.
Okay, so we see, I assume this is Charlie being driven off to the inpatient facility and Nick watching him go. And then we have Nick's aunt, played by Hayley Atwell, saying sometimes people need more support than one person can give. So, of course, echoing the scene with, there's someone like right outside my door in the hallway, and they've been there for like 20 minutes now, and it's making me really self-conscious about talking about this. Anyway, this is echoing the scene that happens between Nick and his mom in the comics, but because unfortunately Olivia Colman couldn't be in this season, it's Hayley Atwell this time as Nick's aunt. And she's I mean, just from this I can tell she's doing an amazing job.
You can be there for him, standing together, even when it's hard. That's love, darling.
And that's just the perfect tone there. Like, she's clearly affected emotionally and understanding the depth of the anguish that he's going through, but at the same time she's keeping like a hopeful tone, which is very much what this show does.
We just want to be there for you.
Oh, and Tori and Charlie hugging on the Ferris wheel.
You have to let us.
That's interesting. Yeah, so this scene is interesting. I assume this is happening over the holidays. We just want to be there for you. You have to let us. Is such a strong message and really difficult, I think, for a lot of people, like especially people who are dealing with mental health issues, where I think so many mental health issues have been so stigmatized, or we've received the message that having mental health issues means you're lazy, you're doing something wrong. So as a result, we have a tendency to try to keep them inside or like hide them. So it's really hard to ask for help. But Nick is saying, like, we want to be there for you, but you have to let us. You have to make that decision to allow people to see you in that really vulnerable place so that they can help you, so they can support you and be there for you. Okay, and we have Tara dancing and Darcy looking on just joyfully. So I assume that this has something to do with Tara's future and what she wants to do with her life after high school. So that's very cool. Captures the beauty of queer teen love, Rolling Stone. Oh, we have Nick and Charlie walking into the waves together in the background.
Intimacy is trusting someone enough to let go of some control.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so we have Jeff saying, intimacy is trusting someone enough to let go of some control. And that's a really good, very good point.
It's a good thing we're in sex ed right now. I mean, maybe you'll get some good advice. Or maybe not.
I love that they included the sex ed scene with the cucumbers. It's such a brief moment, but like Nick just kissing Charlie at rugby practice. Like, can you imagine like Mr. Nicholas Nelson, season 1 or even season 2, just kissing Charlie on the rugby practice? Like, that would never have happened. So the fact that he feels so comfortable to do it now, and that's another thing, like this is genuinely going to be the first entire season where Nick and Charlie are completely out. Like, Nick is out, Charlie is out, they're out. Everyone knows that they're in a relationship. Oh, Darla's sitting on the kitchen floor watching me. So it will be really nice to get to see them be out and about, so to speak. So
I want to tell Nick that I love him.
Okay, so Charlie's saying he wants to tell Nick he loves him, which I want to say he says this to Aled in the comics, also on Beach Day.
That's vertigo, that's vertigo, that's vertigo.
Nick? Yeah?
Okay, so we have Charlie knocking on the door, Nick in the shower. They have a very tasteful blur going on there. And the way they just stop it there after Nick, knowing that we know what this is. So we see Sahar's band playing, which looks very cool. Charlie on the drums, a whole bunch of people there. The keyboardist looks awesome. Everyone looks awesome. We have Nick and Charlie in an intimate moment. Charlie with his shirt off, which we know from the comics is not something that he feels comfortable doing right away. Charlie blowing out his birthday cake. It look. Why do the stars look like American cheese to me? I'm sure they're not. It's a lovely cake. It's very nice. I'm sure it tastes great, but I can't unsee it. So Nick and Charlie kissing at New Year's. I was thinking like the person standing next to them has very similar hair to Sebastian Croft, but I'm really sure Ben would not be standing right next to them, and I'm pretty sure he's not in this season at all. So
What can I do for you? No. Nice to meet you. Yeah, he's really hot.
Oh my god.
that's so awesome. I love that they included that. That's one of my favorite little mini comics there. And it's good to see Nick get so flustered. And the great thing is, like, in the mini comic leading up to this moment, Nick is super jealous of the fact that Charlie thinks this author is hot. And then Nick goes up to and is like, ooh, okay, yeah. So Jonathan Bailey, expert casting there. October 3rd, baby. And that's it. That's it, you guys. Yeah, so I am super excited. I love the look of that trailer. It looks like it has the perfect blend of joy and, heavier themes with a hopeful tone. Looks like everything looks like it's being done very tastefully and expertly, which, obviously is what we have come to expect from Heartstopper. So yeah, I can't wait to see it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you like about this trailer? What stuck out for you? What are you most looking forward to? Or you can just type, "Ah, my God," in the comments. That's fine too, because I think that's what all of us are doing. Okay, well, as always, thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the wonderful things that you do. And a huge thanks to our patrons who are amazing, wonderful, spectacular, fantastic. And a special shout out to our Nick Nelson members, Kelly Walker, Paul Z, Kent Smither, Kim Engel, Lauren Javier, Mark Walker, and Sarah Parker Schemult. I think I said it right that time, Sarah. I'm so sorry. But yes, thank you so much to patrons and Nick Nelson members, and just everybody. Just thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time of day it may happen to be, and I'll see you again in the next video. Okay? Bye.